Just going to apologize for my voice now. Fall allergies are kicking your girl's booty, but my brain is working, so that's all that matters. I'm so excited. Today's podcast is going to be short and sweet. We're going to talk trial reels, but really the purpose of this episode is how to get new followers. I got a really sweet DM the other day from someone that was like, can you please cover like how to get followers? Because a couple years ago, we would see a reel we like and we would literally immediately follow. That's when everyone was going crazy bonkers, right? You would do one reel and gain like 40,000 followers. It happened for a lot of my clients. Nowadays, I think we're just a little pickier because there's more content than ever. There's more apps than ever. We're consuming more than ever. So we're a little pickier about who we follow. So when I see a reel I like, I don't typically just hit follow. I'll go to their account, creep around, right? Like poke around, look at their highlights, look at their bio, look at their pinned posts, look at their stories. So I wanted to start with that before we get into trial reels, because trial reels are one of the best ways to get new followers. And if you don't have trial reels, I think I may have a solution for you. So stick with me. This is going to be really short and sweet, like I said. But think about it. Think like a user, right? Every time I'm like, people are struggling, I'm like, what makes you hit follow? What's your process for deciding if you're going to follow someone? For me, and this, there's no absolutes in any of this, but for me personally, if I see a reel I really like, let's say I'm like scrolling and it's something about like, it's a Raleigh mom who shares everything great about this area where I live and it's all the best places to take your kids. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm probably going to hit follow pretty quickly because I'm like, this is something specific that I love to follow. Other people, I'm typically going to read their bio first to be like, let's be real. We're not going to walk into a store before we're like kind of poking inside. We're looking through the windows. Like I always say, your bio, Instagram bio is your storefront, right? Think of it like this. The bio is the signage, right? It just tells you what's inside. Like we sell this, we sell this, we sell this, right? Or a restaurant. Think of it as a restaurant. Same thing. Your bio is your signage. Your grid is your storefront, meaning like they're like, or like window shopping, like they're looking in. Think like, Macy's Thanksgiving windows, right? We're like looking in, we're just trying to see what the vibe is of the store, the restaurant, etc. And then your stories are the open door. I always say that invites people in. My business partner, Emily, and I, we've been saying this for years. Like she used to say it, what'd she say? Like a billboard, right? What's in it for us? We're not going to walk into a store unless we know it's something we want to buy or look around, right? Same for Instagram. We don't want to have you in our feed if it's not content I'm going to enjoy. So make sure your bio is extremely clear about what it is you share, what it is you do. Now, the days of the bios that said, I help people, blah, 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 or I teach, those are kind of going away a little, which I'm a fan of because bios feel a lot more personal. But mine, I change my bio all the time. Right now, I think let's go look. I literally changed it last week. Also a thing for, great for ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT every testimonial you've gotten, every sweet DM you've gotten, say what makes your product service different, what makes your tips different. If you're someone who doesn't post all the time, but you're in stories every day, say that. Say, come hang with me in stories or daily blank in stories. Tell us what we can expect from your feed. Oh, mine says the Instagram tips you've been missing, because that's what a lot of people will say to me. They're like, oh my gosh, these are tips. These are the ones I've been looking for. So I was like, perfect. And then I say the next line, get your views up with content that works today, because that's what sets me apart is I share tips on what's working literally today, not 6 months ago, right? 20 years in media marketing, that just so that people know, like I've been in the game a while and I'm obsessed with it, and host of good content. So I plug my podcast. You can keep it one line. You can keep it 4 lines. Just make sure that bio is good. Also stay active in stories. I tell everyone, and I have podcast episodes on it. If you go to my Instagram, there's a pinned post at the top of my feed all about stories. I'm obsessed with them. I don't care if you post 1 story a day, 20 a day. I post around 10. Be active in stories, because this is what I do. I go to someone's account, right? Step 1, look at their bio. Step 2, I'll look at their pinned posts, and then I'll look at their stories and be like, is this an account for me? And if it is, I hit follow. So that's one thing. Think about as a user. We're not typically just watching one piece of content and it goes viral and it leads to a bunch of follows. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes it does, but make sure bio is clear. You've got pinned posts that say what it is you do, what it is you offer. The way I like to say pin post is think of a website. Think of like the main tabs on the top of a website: about me, products, blog, right? So you want to kind of do that. Something about you, something that talks about your product, something that converts, and then something that's more like maybe fun, lighthearted, the vibe of your account. All right. So now let's talk trials, because you just want to make sure that that is optimized. Okay. Trial reels are really good right now for getting new followers. Now, a lot of people don't have trial reels. I will put in the show notes explanation I found on Reddit. I don't want to stamp approve this. I have not tested it, but there are hacks, and it will be in the show notes because it's a pretty long explanation, but it will be in the show notes, the instructions. Try it. And please, if it works for you, message me back. I also think I don't know. I don't know if Instagram's ever said this, but it could be you need at least 1,000 followers. Someone said that in the comments once, and I was like, oh, that could be it too. If you don't have trials, try that hack. If it works, let me know. If you do have trials, let me tell you what to do. And I did a post last week, and it always gets misinterpreted because there's a lot of people in my world, not my world, but in the marketing, social media marketing world, who speak in absolutes and should not. Adam Asseri months ago came out and said, if you duplicate and redo a trial reel too many times, it won't get pushed out. People started getting warnings on a piece of content saying, looks like this is something you shared before. It's not going to get as much reach. People took that as Instagram's going to ruin your reach overall. That is not true. The actual trial reel might not work as well. But guess what? Even if the reach isn't crazy, you could still get a handful of followers. Post it. I have people that have said, I still posted it and it still did well. I also know someone who says, because she does trial reels for all her clients. So again, talk to the people actually managing accounts, because a lot of these gurus out there, don't get me started. They like to shock value and clickbait, but that's for another day. What she does is she shares it to trials first, and then she'll share another piece, the same piece of content, to the grid, and they don't get that warning. So that's an option. But I'm telling you right now, test things out, guys. Marketing, and I'm not trying to be mean. I hate that there's so much bad information out there. If I get anything from Instagram saying, hey, Shannon, looks like you've shared this before, it might not get more reach. You know what I'm going to do? I'm still going to share it because I'm going to test it. And someone actually said in my comments, they're like, yeah, I got the same one. I still posted it and it did really great. So test things out for yourself. You can always go into your account settings and look at your status with Instagram. If you're in the green, you're fine. So I say this to say, and I'm holding your hand right now. I want you to picture me across the table from you having a cup of coffee or a glass of wine being like, look, social media, if you're going to show up and do this, it takes work. It takes testing and tweaking and trying new things and not being afraid of a little warning from Instagram that might be a glitch or might not be true. If it's saying you're about to get deactivated, you're about to get restricted. Yeah, this is just a saying, this trial reel, this one single reel might not get the reach you want. That's all it's saying. You're allowed to share it. So let me tell you my trial reels strategy real quick. Number one, every single reel I post on Instagram, I create it in edits typically, because what happens is it lives in edits. So now I don't have to go in and recreate anything. You can also save your reel as a draft, tap the three dots, and duplicate it. So what I want you to do is start having two reels of the same reel. One is going to get pushed to trials and the other is going to get pushed to your feed. I do it every stinking time. I've never gotten the warning. Some of y'all have gotten the warning. I still want you to test it, but this is the trick. Do not do it over and over and over again. This is where people started getting in trouble. They were doing the same reel, like a reel would go viral and they'd post it 20 times to trials. That's hacking the algorithm, and Instagram does not like that. But no one has gotten suspended. I would never tell you anything. And that's where I get upset sometimes. I try not to get defensive, but people are like, oh, I'm like, you guys, I would never share anything on Instagram that's going to harm your account. My students have done this. The mastermind I'm in, everyone is sharing every single piece of content to trials and they're not getting this thing. If you are getting it, try it, or try what my friend Nikki said, which was share it to trials first and maybe wait a day and then share it to your feed. Now, a lot of people ask me, Shannon, why do you do two versions? Because why not? Two birds, one stone. And even if, and someone also asked me, because you guys might be asking the same question, okay, what if the trial is going bonkers, but the one on my feed isn't? Let the trial go bonkers. Let two versions of the trial go off. Now, another question I got was, Shannon, I don't want the trial to automatically share to my account, because that's been happening too. What you do, I'm opening it right now. You go to trial, you go to the reel itself, the trial reel, and I'm going to end it on a hook that has been working well for me. Okay. Oops. So go to trial reels, go to the exact trial that you don't want to spread, tap the three dots, manage trial. And what is checked right now is turn on automatic sharing. I'm going to tap it and turn it off, and that's it. And you don't have to deal with that. So trial reels, but you're like, Shannon, I've heard trial reels help, but my trials suck. You guys, I share about like free trials a day, about 3 trials a day. I share the one I'm sharing on Instagram, and then I test out some other stuff for fun. Of all the trial reels I posted in the last 30 days, only 2 have gone quote unquote semi-viral. I don't care. If my trial reel views suck, guess what? Even the one that sucks, even the trial reels views that don't do well, I still get a handful of followers. And that's great because they need my content. They need my help. This trial right here yesterday, 2,800 views. For me, that's really low. But guess what? It brought in, it brought in 11 followers. Like, that's awesome. I've been able to help 11 more people. But let's talk about the trial reel I share once every few weeks, and it goes viral every time. And it brings in hundreds of new followers. Ready? I'm just going to let it play. If you're discouraged with Instagram right now and desperately trying to get out of whatever view jail you're in, you need to hit the follow button. I share everything I know that's working right now for free. I have people DM me all the time saying, I've learned more from your free content than any course they've paid for. And the prompts, hooks, audios, scripts I give them, get them out of view jail and skyrocket their reach and growth. So what are you doing? Hit follow. Let's do this together. Right there. That is your next trial reel. And I want you to share something similar every few weeks, every day if you want. I don't care. Obviously not the same one. All it is me in my kitchen, leaning over going, why are you not following me? That's the energy you got to come with. And you got to tell them why. What you do is you treat that trial reel like an ad for your account. And I want you to take that script. If you're feeling blank, what do I hear all the time? I'm feeling discouraged. So I start with that. If you're feeling discouraged with Instagram, you need to hit the follow button. So that's going to be your script. You're going to say, if you're looking for blank, if you're tired of spending money on this, if you're hit the follow button, and then back it up with why. It leads to so many followers every time. And everyone in the comments is like, you're right, followed, you're right, followed. And it's great. And people love it because it's just me going, hi, this is me. And it's raw and it's not, behind a fancy camera. There's no mic. I'm just like, look, here I am. Get in here. I am dying to help you. And then in the caption, I explain more about what I do and who I am. So whether you're a product, a service, whatever it is, start sharing more trials that are the ones that I love. And I've got podcasts on them, That's Me Reel, right? The one that just says POV, you're a tired blank, POV, you're a local, whatever, looking for blah, 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 and you find our account. That one goes crazy for me every time. And then the one of me just talking to the camera being like, hey guys, so to leave you with that, I'll leave you with the other one that goes viral for me every time. And like I said, I test them out. I test. And if one doesn't go well, I'm like, okay. But guess what? My viral reels, I've shared to trials and they've been crickets. Your entire life value is not tied to your trial reel views. Okay. This other one that does really well for me, I do this. I say another day posting a trial reel. So people stop wasting money on Instagram courses with outdated advice and start following me to get out of 200 view jail for good. And then the other one is, again, POV, you're a small creator looking to break out of 200 view jail and you find my account. Those three I circulate with different audios, different videos, and different captions all throughout the month. And they do so well. And then do I have some that bomb? Yeah. Am I crying about it? No. I need you to give yourself grace when it comes to trial reels. If they don't do well, I'm so proud of you for posting it. You tested it. And I'm over here cheering on so hard. But I cannot wait to hear how those other ones do for you. Use them as, hey guys, hi, I'm over here. Follow me. And the one that says another day posting a trial reel. So everyone looking for blah, blah, blah finds our product until I find the right audience. Those types of ones. Those are the type of reels that you share in trials and they go bonkers. Don't overthink it. Just quick, easy. And once you find that one formula that works, you share it once a week, once a day with a different video, different audio so that you don't get in trouble. And there we go. So I'll leave you with this. Today, I want you to, whatever you're posting, if you're posting a reel, push it out to trials and then push one out to your feed. 2 birds, 1 stone. If you get that warning, do it anyway and see what happens. If it still is trash, what I would do is make sure you're separating the reels, like share one to trials and then a week later or just days later do it. And you should be totally fine. That's my advice. Don't trust everything you see on the internet. I've tested this. My students have. I've even been on threads asking people to test it for me. And that seems to be working well. That's how you're going to get new followers in the end of the year and into 2026. Make sure that bio is awesome. Your content is pinned. The right content is pinned. Your stories are popping and you will get those followers, friend. Give it time. Those people who are out there and need you will find you. Love you. Mwah.